Hello, AFT. My name is Amy Goosey Parkinson. I've been a proud member of AFT and Cincinnati Federation of Teachers Local 1520 since 1985. 32 years to be exact. This year will be my first year as a new member of the CFT retiree chapter, but I have the pleasure and privilege to continue on as a facilitator of the AFT Teacher Leaders Program. Once upon a time, I was a new teacher, starting off being hired a month after school started in an empty classroom, no desk, no chairs, not even one book. True story, the ones your college professors warned you about. I managed to scavenge around the classroom and find whatever I could to set up my classroom for my students. For many years, I was compliant. I stayed in my classroom, I did what I was told, even though at times I felt like, is this what's really best for my students? I was quiet. It never occurred to me to question. Fast forward to mid-career, I got much smarter. I learned from the veteran teachers, just close my door and do what I know is best for my students. I finally found my voice when I was asked to be a part of Teacher Leaders. Better late than never, right? With all the threats on public education today, we can't afford for the newbie teachers to be late bloomers like me. Through the AFT Teacher Leaders Program, teachers have the opportunity to influence and create policy through their own action research and lessons learned from their classrooms. Since 2011, the TLP has helped prepare teachers to find their voice and facilitate discussions of policy issues that impact our profession on both local and national levels. Since the first year of the program pilot, many of the 115 participants in Cincinnati have presented their research to the school board, to local groups and coalitions during contract proposals and negotiations, and at the State House just this past Monday on Lobby Day, I watched proudly, like one of my colleagues said earlier this morning, like a proud mom, as 5 TLP alumni lobbied our U.S. local congressmen advocating for their students by sharing stories from their classrooms, as well as the concerns over how proposed cuts will impact students in those classrooms. CFT TLP alumni have gone on to take leadership roles in our union and in our district, becoming building reps, area coordinators, curriculum council chairs, team leaders, and sitting right here in our audience, first, second, and third vice presidents of CFT Local 15, our chief labor delegate, the chair of Human Rights Committee, and 2 area coordinators. One, Laura Sanregret, who came straight to teach from immersing herself in a powerful learning at the AFT Summer Education Academy, spending 10 days learning how to train teachers in our district and also outside of our district after being recruited to lead our district's expanded preschool program. Now, how's that for dedication and building union capacity and leadership? You can imagine our surprise when my president, Julie Sellers, and I walked into orientation for next year's TLP a few weeks ago to a huge room filled with over 24 cohorts, doubled from last year, ready to prepare for this year. I'm so excited to see the new leaders that come out of our classrooms this year and find their louder teacher voice. Thanks to AFT for this most valuable professional opportunity. Thank you, Ellen Myers, for creating and promoting it. Thank you to my president, Julie Sellers, for her faith in me. And finally, thank you to our president, Randy Weingartner, for your Beyonce-like rock star leadership, continuing to expand this program and inspiring teachers every year to both lead and teach.
Good morning, AFT. My name is Carey Broderick, and I am president of the White Plains Teachers Association, Local 31119, found in White Plains, New York. My passion is empowering members to create the best environment for a powerful, purposeful public education for all of our students. We know that when we create powerful, purposeful public education for our students, we create a powerful, purposeful work environment for our colleagues. Let me share you a story. Several years ago, I attended our local's professional learning committee meeting. That's a labor management committee. But in attendance were 3 administrators, a committee chair, 1 teacher, and me. Ugh. Professional learning at that time was professional development. It was just a one-shot deal. Committee morale was low, member voice was non-existent. Now let's fast forward. And rebuilding does take time. Now we are seeing some results. Our professional learning committee meetings are always well attended. The committee members are excited to come. They have a voice. They are creating opportunities for positive member engagement, and their energy is exciting our members back in their local buildings. As a union, we have reached members that are looking for us to go beyond the basic bread and butter issues. By including AFT professional learning in our work, we are now able to reach members that were never engaged in the union. Today, I stand here as a recent graduate of AFT Summer Educator Academy, specifically Foundations of Effective Teaching. I actually feel like a kid with a new box of crayons. Remember that time? And you look at all those individual crayons in the box, and they're stuck in that space until we grab them and use them. We all know what beautiful creations can be made when the crayons are used together, when the colors are mixed. AFT Professional Learning does that when members across the country come together to learn, to share, collaborate, support, and build each other's capacity. I am recharged as a teacher. I am excited to work with and support our students and our new teachers as they begin their new adventures in White Plains. These powerful and purposeful research-based courses created by union members and delivered by union members is the most potent tool I have ever experienced. The power of professional learning comes from the sharing of ideas and best practices from all over the country. I have had the honor of working with outstanding colleagues, members, and now friends from Louisiana, Minnesota, Ohio, New York, Florida, and Texas. Together, we do make a difference. Together, we create a powerful, purposeful public education for our students. Together, we create a powerful, purposeful work environment for our colleagues.
Teachers need each other. It is as simple and complicated as that. Simple because we have this teacher radar so that when you're on a crowded bus, we'll turn around to a perfect stranger and say, "Did I hear you say project-based learning?" And suddenly have a new best friend. Educators naturally have a desire to communicate, collaborate, and celebrate. That is the simple part. The complicated part is that teaching can be an isolating calling. I'd like to thank the AFT for giving us this space for teachers to take matters into our own hands where education should be. We all know that being educators is a calling, not something we turn off when we head out to our doors to our second shifts at home. We work all the time. For a long time, those hours were alone, or in my case, in my living room with Dora the Explorer blaring, my kids jumping on the couch. This is where Share My Lesson comes in. I am joined on stage by an exceptional group of educators who use Share My Lesson daily to find and share content because we believe in our profession and success of all students. We are educators just like you, who are keeping all the balls in the air, and we know that's hard. Share My Lesson allows educators to communicate by giving and accepting help from each other, which is the only way this profession is going to survive. We are in this together, and if we close our doors, teach our lessons, and never communicate, the narrative about teachers will not be accurate. Only by sharing our lessons, communicating what we, the professional educators, know to be good teaching, can we tell our own story. You have a favorite lesson, the one that kids love every single time. You know the I'm getting observed on Halloween lesson? Upload that lesson. Share your expertise so that a new teacher isn't alone. Share your expertise so that a veteran teacher can learn from colleagues and not a company. Share your lesson so that you can curate your own experience and reflect, which is what good teachers do. When we communicate, we can get on to the business of collaborating, which is critical. Thank you, AFT, for believing in the collective power of our voices. Many of us are all about the social media, and we should be. This is our story, and we need to own it and shape it. If you find a lesson that blows your mind, share it. When you read a blog that captures your feelings, share it. What if every teacher in this room were to share one amazing lesson, one blog, or one shout out to other teachers? We would own our narrative. When we share, we are collaborating to take back the narrative about teachers, and that's powerful. Finally, educators desire to celebrate both what we are doing and what we know our talented colleagues are doing. Thank you, AFT, Randy, and Share My Lesson for the opportunity to celebrate here. You Share My Lesson to elevate your voice and those of your colleagues. Share My Lesson is an evolving platform that recognizes that we work in diverse environments. And the newest feature that has really made my life easier is the addition of standards that are not just Common Core, but searchable from all 50 states and the District of Columbia. I'm sure most of you are a part of the SML family of contributors and users, but if you're not, join us as members of the SML squad and communicate, collaborate, and celebrate the calling that you have dedicated your life to. You know you are a part of something bigger than your own classroom. You are a part of a union.